Morning, everybody. I'm Z James. This is Z32 Workshop, and this thing right here is my parts car, 1993 Nissan 300ZX Convertible. Last episode, we were starting to tear apart the front end of this car. We took the tension rod out. That was one episode ago beforehand. We started working on the upper control arms, loosening them up, brake lines. We're going to continue that, and we're going to end up working on the lower control arms, upper control arms, that whole area in that aspect. Right now I'm just loosening everything up, more importantly, and yeah, that's what we're doing on this. So hopefully you can see it here in a little bit, and I'll show you. I know it's not very explanatory to you guys right now, but that's what I'm working on. It's basically the front end area, getting that stuff. I'm sorry about the crickets, guys. It's just me and them in the morning. And I got one that's being very loud. I'd kill the little sucker if I could, but I can't seem to find it because it's underneath my freezer. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to be loosening everything up. I've already got my tools: 17mm wrench, 18mm wrench, 17mm socket, 18mm socket, pliers, a little hammer, screwdriver to do this. We're going to do the I'm going to show it to you. It's going to end up being the tie rod end. So right there, that guy, that is what they call a castle nut. And it should have something going through it to stop it from spinning. It's already been removed. It should have a keeper going through one of the holes, but we're going to get rid of it first. So hang on, guys. Ooh, hello, everybody. What we're going to do today, get down here and see it. Last time we loosened these four nuts up. We're going to loosen this guy up and this guy's one big bolt. I just want to loosen this guy up. If I can, I'll take this nut off just because the bolt will still hold everything. So let's work on that. That should be a 17mm wrench. And we'll just see if she'll come off. But I'm going to use my socket and my wrench so I can torque it and get a cheater pipe on it, because that's got a lot of corrosion right there in that aspect. The next thing I'll work on, there's a castle nut, what I showed you earlier, on the back side for the tie rod. I'm going to try loosening those up. That is also a 17mm on that. And then 17mm on the lower control arm. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm going to try loosening that up. And, well, actually, no, the castle nut over here is an 18. I apologize. Castle nut's an 18. The lower control arm, 17. The ball joint on it should be another 18. That seems what they were going with this. And then eventually we'll loosen the shock up here as well. So let me get going. We'll do a time warp on this thing. Sorry about this, guys. My GoPro about ran out of battery, so you're kind of limited. I gotta get you charged while I'm doing this. So hopefully you can see this, and we'll get going on it. So time warp. Woo! Alright, I'm going to show you what's going on. I got the upper bolt off. I got our nut off this bolt, lower control on the upper control arm. Lower control arm, I got the nut on the back side of that one done. I got the castle nut off the top of the arm here for the steering. tie rod. What I am working on now, and it's hard to see, that's what I'm trying, got you guys off of time-lapse, is that nut right there. It has a key in it. Oh, saying I'm whack. That I can't really get out. There it is. Let's see if we can light. There it is. That's why I was hitting it with a brush so I could see it better. I need to get that out. So I'm going to work on that to get that off. And then there's also, for this kingpin for the other side, I'm going to try yanking it out. And it's right there. I think that's going to be another, that's got another keeper on it. I'll probably remove this bracket right here to get out of the way, so I get better access to it. I'm just trying to loosen all this up, and then I'll eventually get this nut there, and then pull the shock tower out before I pull everything else out. I just want everything loose on this side so I can get to it. So that's what we're doing. So back to the time warp, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna show what I've done here, just to give you an idea what's back here. I'm gonna light this up for you, get that out of there. I still haven't gotten this lower control arm nut loose. I'm gonna have to get my 6-point, those are 19 millimeter, I misspoke earlier. Those are 19 millimeters. I can't get it, as you can see, the hole goes through it. You need to pull that keeper out through it, so it takes a little bit of time. And then on the back side here, if you want to replace the wheel hub for the wheel, you do this. You take this guy, this cover back here, it's got 2 bolts for a bracket for the brake line, and then the cover that keeps the wheel bearing greased up. That is this guy for a front wheel bearing. I had thought about showing it to you guys, but it makes complete sense. It's in the way, might as well get it out of here too. Like I said, this whole area, I'm just loosening a ton of stuff up, so I know it's not one thing, but a lot of things. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna go get my 6-point 19 millimeter socket, see if I can break this loose. Then I'm gonna work on this guy, see if I can break it loose, and then maybe this guy. I know this morning I'm running out of time, so I'm probably gonna be doing one side today. Tomorrow will probably be the same thing, but just probably time warp all the way through. This guy looks to be rather large, so I'm guessing it's 24 millimeter or something in that fashion. It's gonna be pretty big. I don't know if I have a socket to get on it, to be honest with you. I'll have to do some looking. So that's what I am still working on. So let me get you in a better spot here, maybe zoomed in a little better, and we'll do, once again, another time warp. right, we're back at it. Thought I'd show you. I got this nut loose. Let's see if I can show you a better shot of it. That bolt there, or that nut, is a 22 millimeter. And it's under like a son of a gun. I had to have breaker bar plus cheater pipe to get the loosen. I am not taking it out right now, as I don't have any more time this morning to pull any of this stuff off. But for the most part, everything except for this wheel bearing, which we'll do tomorrow morning. Get that wheel bearing nut loose, see if we can pull the wheel bearing out just for we're showing you guys how to do that. So, I know it's not 100%, but that's how you get access to that wheel bearing, is back there. We'll work on the shock tower tomorrow, so it'll be that one bolt there, and there's 2 bolts up on top that hold that. Other than that, everything on this thing should be loose and ready to go. So let me close you guys out here for today for what's going on. So, sorry about that, everyone. I got you on a cord charging. Yeah, I know I didn't show a lot getting done as I was just breaking bolts loose. That's what I wanted to do, because some of this stuff, I mean, if you're doing one thing at a time, like a wheel bearing, you don't have to do all this stuff. You just need to get access to it. If you're doing a lower control arm, you just need to loosen those one bolt nut in the backside against the subframe, and then the ball joint. If you're doing the upper control arm, you just need to hit those 4 nuts on the top to hold that clamshell, and then the 1 bolt nut going across. The issue is I'm taking it all out, so once I take one out, I start losing support and structure to start turning the other things. So I still need them there to help me give me resistance, so I can torque on them and wrench on them like I was, especially with the breaker bar with the cheater pipe. So once again, guys, my name's Z James. This is Z32 Workshop, which name will appear up here somewhere. I'm getting better at the stuff. And you know, I hope you guys all find this informative, helpful, and useful in your future endeavor projects, like where I'm at. I'm just taking this stuff off to learn, because I hadn't done a wheel bearing on one of these. I've done wheel bearings on other cars before, so it should be the same. I've done lower control arms, upper control arms, sway bars, sway bar links, you know, you name it, I've done it on stuff, just not on this particular car. That being said, you gotta have some pretty big nuts and bolts to do some of this stuff, or not nuts and bolts, wrenches and sockets to do this. I mean, you know, 22 millimeter, 19 millimeter, 17 millimeter. 17 millimeter is pretty common in most sets. But once you get past 17, 19 is not so, 22 is definitely not. That's something you have to go buy separate. That's how I have it. I have it separate for another project that I did years ago. So once again, please like and subscribe. Every little bit helps this channel. I'm trying to grow this thing, you know, daily, weekly, getting more people, more information out there for stuff. If you have any questions or want to see something that I'm working on, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, and I would say wrench every day, but somebody else has already got that tagline. So my thing is, you know, just keep during the project, hour a day, even though it doesn't look like I got much. Tomorrow morning, this thing should just fall apart, and I can do the other side. So, all right, see y'all tomorrow.